Turquoise. How do I tell the real stuff from the fake stuff? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, this is Lila, coming to you from Fern Shadow Studio, inside the Turquoise Turtle here in Little Falls. Today's video is on the subject of turquoise. Turquoise is among my top 5 stones that I find people the most often taken advantage of. So we're going to try to get down to some of the nitty-gritty about turquoise. The first thing that you should know about turquoise is that it's been valued by humans as a precious stone for thousands and thousands of years. It's generally been known as a shaman stone, and it doesn't matter if you're looking at Chinese history or North American, Native American history. The stones were valued for similar qualities and used by people that were in positions of wisdom and power. The turquoise is commonly associated in modern ages with the throat chakra and ways that it can improve our communication and our speaking our truths. So now let's talk a little bit about the stone. Turquoise itself is mined at various places around the world, but in the US it's most commonly found in the southwest part of the United States. It's pretty soft and porous stone, which means that it can't take a lot of abuse or hard wear without scratching. And over time, because it's porous, it absorbs things around it, like oils from your skin, and it will change color. So almost all turquoise jewelry that you find has been stabilized in some way. In old jewelry, vintage turquoise jewelry, you would expect that the turquoise, once it was put into a piece of jewelry, was heavily waxed, and the wax was used to seal the pores so that it kept its true blue color. Over time, that wax wears away and it starts to absorb oils or absorb water or things around it in the atmosphere, and it becomes darker and darker green. So some of our old, say, southwestern pawn jewelry or the vintage turquoise jewelry made by Native Americans, the turquoise may be very green in color, and that's why. In modern days, they will still either wax or more commonly coat turquoise with a thin resin coating to help preserve that finish and to keep the color. In modern turquoise jewelry, you will see more often a heavier matrix. The matrix is this darker stone, which is what the ore was around the turquoise itself. A heavier matrix like this grade should cost significantly less than if you were going in to buy a piece of jewelry with a beautiful blue turquoise in it. Now, if you did buy this beautiful blue piece of turquoise, you would want to make sure that the seller gave you verification of the actual mine that turquoise came from. A common one that you would see in the United States is Sleeping Beauty mine, and that is telling you that this is a genuine piece of turquoise and not something artificial. For me, to find pieces of turquoise that I could sell, mine came from the Blue Mountain mine. Now, why is that so important? Well, the most important reason is that the majority of turquoise that you find out there for sale isn't actually turquoise. So you see this interesting little white stone with the blue lines in it? This is called howlite. And something you should know about howlite is that it takes blue dye very easily. And when you dye it blue, it looks like this. So if you go to a souvenir shop and you buy a piece of turquoise there for $1, you are probably getting a piece of howlite. Another stone that is very similar is also magnesite, which normally is that same kind of a white color. It takes the dye very easily. It does make beautiful jewelry, and I have nothing against magnesite jewelry. I even have a piece up here that's magnesite jewelry, but it says that's what it is on the label, and it also costs about a third of what it would have cost if that was turquoise. Another thing you should know about turquoise now is that sometimes you will see jewelry available like this, listed as turquoise in a catalog, but one must remember that it might be listed as turquoise and they're describing the color as this one, which is probably going to be backwards, but it says turquoise colored. So don't always go by a description in a catalog. It can be very misleading. Another thing you should know about turquoise is that they have processes now where they can take a stone that has turquoise that has heavy matrix in it. So it's a very low grade with mostly other stuff and a little bit of turquoise. They can grind it up and extract the turquoise from the other material. And then they take that turquoise and press it together and reconstitute it. And that might be called, instead of stabilized turquoise, it might be called chalk turquoise, or they might come up with another name for stabilized chalk turquoise. It's still turquoise, but it has gone through a manufacturing process. And likewise, you should know from your seller that that's what it is. So enjoy your turquoise. It's beautiful. It never goes out of style. It matches everything. It's a wonderful birthstone for the month of December or Sagittarius. It's a wonderful stone if you're working on your throat chakra and improving your communication and learning to speak your truth. So if you have any questions about turquoise, feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. And in the meantime, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.